Welcome to another episode of Izzy Video. My name is Israel Hyman. Last time on Izzy Video, I showed you how to create a black background and why you might want to do that. Today, I'm going to show you how to create a white background and why you might want to do that. And creating a white background is really just as easy as turning on some lights. So let me go ahead and do that right now. Go ahead and excuse me for a moment. Turn on this light. Turn on this light. And now I have a white background. Okay, so here's the thing. A white background is definitely a lot more complex than creating a black background. With black, it's easy. You just set up a lighting system on your subject like you have here on me, and then on the background, you don't have to worry about any lights or anything. When you're doing a white background, lighting really is important because you want to blow out, you want to overexpose the entire background behind you. So let's see what makes up our setup. Similar to what I talked about in the green screen episode, also called chroma key, you need two different zones of lighting, two completely separate zones. So think of it this way. This is zone 1 right now. I'm in zone 1, and I have a key light, a fill light, and a backlight on me right now. That's 3-point lighting in zone 1 on me. 15 feet behind me is a separate zone. It's the background with its own setup of lighting, and we'll get to that here in a little bit. But just think of two different zones. Now, if you want to be able to do the same effect I did, where you have it go completely black back there, even though you have a white background, you can make it go completely black if your lighting zones are far enough apart and you keep the extra spill light off of the background. So I'm using a hard light source right now that really helps. Now let's go see what kind of lights we're using on the background to make it completely white. Now we're in zone 2. Zone 2 is where the background is. And as you can see, I've got this giant roll of white paper here. This is Savage paper. You can get it at a local photography store for about $100 or so. And the nice thing about paper is that you can cut off the stuff as it gets destroyed and just unroll some more. So it's very versatile. Plus it makes cool sounds. See? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, this also is something I use in zone 2. It's a light. And this happens to be a Lowell DP light that I've had for a long time. Very versatile. Today I'm just using it to supplement my lighting though. I want you to see what this looks like on the background here. Go ahead and turn it on. And you can see that as I shine it on the background, what I'm doing is I'm overexposing the background. And by overexposing it, it makes it 100% white, completely white. And what I want to do, my whole goal is to overexpose the entire background. Any portion that's visible behind the talking head in zone 2 here, I want it to be completely overexposed. If you have zebras, the ability to show zebras on your camera, turn them on and set them for 100% so that when the lighting gets to be 100%, the zebras turn on, and then your goal then at that point is to have the entire background become zebras, so that way you know the whole thing is overexposed. That's how you create that effect. Now, as I said, this is just my supplementary light. I just use it to fill in the parts that my background, or excuse me, my main light on my background does not overexpose. So let's go ahead and take a look at my main light here. I'll put this one back and come down with me. This is my main light. You can see that I've set it up on a very low stand, and this is a broad light. A broad light is a specific type of light that's designed to cast a broad beam of light. That's why it's called a broad light. This happens to be a really old one that I picked up off eBay several years back. I don't even know who makes it anymore. I don't think it's even manufactured anymore, but it's still working. It's still working, and it's very robust, I'll say that about it. Exposed bulb, nice reflector, casts a wide beam. So what I do is I aim this like this towards my background, turn it on, and my goal is to try to fill up the background with as much overexposed area as possible. So basically, zone 2 consists of the white background and two lights here. My main light, which is my broad light, and then the supplementary light right here that I use to fill in any areas that are not overexposed. And that's what you do. That's how you create a white background. That's how you light it. Now, depending on the size of the background, it might take a lot more than 2 lights. You might need 3 lights, 4 lights. I've seen setups with a lot more lights than that because the space is so big, you need a whole bunch of lights to be able to get the whole thing to be overexposed. A white background is great for talking head shots like this right now, but it's very different from black. Black backgrounds are more for the serious subjects we talked about, the deep subjects, not so much for children. White background is great for shooting children, great for anything that's optimistic and positive and happy and lighthearted. And that's one of the reasons why you see it so much in, for example, the Apple commercials, talking head like this right now, playful music and a white background behind them because it's optimistic, it's upbeat, and they're trying to make everything all happy. Don't you just feel great when you watch those? Well, at least I do. Anyway, go give it a shot. It's gonna require more lights. It's gonna require a little bit of patience as you set it up and get it all worked out properly. But I encourage you to do it. It's a lot of fun and you can get a great effect. That's it for this week, and I'll see you next time on Izzy Video.